to the COVID-19 pandemic, and it's literally hitting the U.S. in the breadbasket, interrupting the farm-to-table food chain. Farmers are being hit as hard as any industry. For example, it's caused the price for cattle to plummet. Meteorologist Brandon Lawson is taking a closer look at the impact in the two Virginias.
Farming is a major piston driving the engine of our economy.
Agriculture and forestry accounts for $91 billion in the state of Virginia. That's a lot of money. And we, as cattle farmers, are an important part of that.
Farming isn't immune to the effects coronavirus is having on the economy. Those effects are showing up right here in the two Virginias. The COVID-19 surge spikes are causing a logjam in the beef and cattle chain. It's causing slaughterhouses to shut down.
All of a sudden, that backed up the feedlots, and then that consequently backed up the people who would sell to them.
The farming industry is about supply and demand. The supply for meat continues to increase, and at the same time, the demand for that meat is decreasing. Restaurant restrictions are playing a major role.
A lot of restaurants have closed down, and many people are not out eating the prime cuts of meat because they're not going out to have the steak at the restaurant. And because of that, we have seen a reduction in the price of beef in these fat cattle.
It all starts with the farmers. One group raises the cattle up to about 600 pounds. They are then sold to the other cattle farmers at the feedlots, where farmers with bigger fields then raise the cattle to market size, which is about 1,200 pounds. Fully matured cattle are then sold to the meat packers and or slaughterhouses. The beef is then processed and transported to many businesses across the U.S. Interruptions in this chain causes economic backups.
Farmers who can't sell their cattle or can't get the price that they need are going to go out of business, declare bankruptcy, have to sell.
The extension agent in Tazewell County says the market is experiencing a reduction of 8 to 10% in the prices of their feeder cattle. Farmers who choose to raise their cattle to market maturity take on extreme cost, like buying hay throughout the winter, taking the farmers out of their normal cycle.
It's really hard to adjust the time that you're marketing these animals, because if you're set up to work in the feeder calf stage, you're set up to sell at the end of that stage. If you're set up to work in the fat cattle market where you're in the feedlots, once those animals are finished in the feedlots, they have to have a place to go.
The Coronavirus Food Assistance Program did give farmers a $16 billion boost last year. There were two phases of stimulus relief payments for farmers in 2020, one in the spring and another in the fall. 750 applications for help filed by farmers were filled out in the state of Virginia. It's the most applications out of any U.S. state.
A lot of them were thinking, I'll just sell out and get out of business. Well, this kind of maybe helped them stay in business another year or something like that, which is pretty good to the farm business.
CFAP is the first livestock program ever, and Durham says the program may have saved a lot of farms from bankruptcy. Here for you in Tazewell County, Brandon Lawson, WVVA News.
All right, that was an excellent report, Brandon, very educational.